What's happening, everybody? There is a huge, huge transfer rumour that we need to discuss. Where will Cristiano Ronaldo be playing football next season? But before we get into that, I have to ask you a quick favour. I have started Twitch. I have my own Twitch channel. The link is in the description below. It's Rory_Jennings. Please follow me on Twitch. There's going to be loads of live content coming your way. Now, we need to get into it. It's not often that you have an opportunity to sign one of the greatest footballers to have ever played the game. A man who has scored 698 goals. Joining me today is the one, the only, Ade Oladipo. Mr. Oladipo, always an honour to welcome you onto this channel. Make sure that you subscribe to Ade. His link is in the description. Ade, Cristiano Ronaldo, where will he be playing football next season?
See what you just said? Goals. That's league goals, isn't it? Because in all, I think it must be near the 800, 900 mark.
It's nearly goals. 700 club goals.
Okay, club goals.
Nearly
okay,
700 club goals.
Ridiculous, by the way.
I mean, and now a club, a potentially Premier League club, has the opportunity to welcome Cristiano Ronaldo into their ranks.
Yeah.
Where will he be playing football? The front runner here, I truly believe to be Chelsea, because a week, 10 days ago, the news broke that Todd Boehly had met George Mendes for a meeting, and I'm sure that Cristiano Ronaldo would have been discussed in that meeting.
Of course he would have. Gorgeous George. But look, we spoke to our very own Alex Crook, didn't we, on TalkSport? And look, if you're Todd Boehly, you want to speak to the most powerful agent in football right now, and that is George Mendes. So it might have been Ronaldo, and I can understand why you would make that connection, but it also might have been a number of other clients that George Mendes has, and you want to get on side one of the best agents or the biggest agents in world football. Look, yeah, well, Ronaldo will be interesting. It will cost you $500,000 a week minimum to get him, but he brings so much more. I mean, brand Ronaldo is bigger than anything out there in sport. When you think of some of the biggest sports stars in the world, LeBron James, Messi, whatever, I don't know, Tom Brady, Ronaldo's bigger than the lot.
Yes.
So he's massive for your club. And I think people need to stop talking about his age, because clearly that's not your normal 37-year-old.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy that still looks like he's 27. He's physically incredible shape. So, and plus, I look at what he did last season. If it was a case of he slowed down like a Messi, you'll say, okay, maybe it's coming to an end. He got 24 goals last season in a crap Manchester United team.
Yeah.
He plays for Liverpool, Man City, or even Chelsea last season. He's breaking that 30 barrier.
Yeah, I agree. And also big goals.
Yeah,
big goals in the Champions League, big goals in the Premier League. He is still capable of doing it at the very top level. But crucially, he wants to leave Manchester United. He has come out and he has explicitly told us that he wants to leave Manchester United.
Did that surprise you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, massively. Massively. The fact that he wants to leave Manchester United is a statement in as much as it makes me reevaluate who Manchester United are. Players don't want to leave Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo in particular doesn't want to leave Manchester United. Manchester United is the promised land. Manchester United is the club that you strive to play for. You strive to follow in the footsteps of the Holy Trinity. Charlton.
You know how crazy it is, actually? I remember Gary Neville used to always say...
Cantona, Beckham. Like, you want to play for Man United. To now have a situation where somebody who has a sentimental attachment to the club, a love, a relationship with the supporters, the fact that he wants to leave, mate...
I remember Gary Neville always used to say that once you leave Man United, you always go down. That's always backwards. And that was it, wasn't it? You're talking about the biggest club in the world. They pack in 80,000 or thereabouts into Old Trafford. You're guaranteed to win a trophy. Well, no longer. None of those things are true, apart from obviously the attendance. None of the other stuff are true. And if he does go, then you are right. We do need to reevaluate what they are as a club. Me and you growing up, they were the biggest club in world football. They wanted your player, they got your player. Obviously, Real Madrid and Barcelona aside, if Man United wanted anything special in the Premier League, go and ask Arsenal, go and ask Tottenham, they take it. You know, you look at Berbatov and Michael Carrick, you look at what they did with Van Persie and Alexis Sanchez, they want your best player. That no longer applies. Paul Pogba ran his contract down and got out of there. Didn't even dare think of re-signing. Like, get me out of there now. Do you know what I mean? People want to leave the club. So it's crazy. And I'm not surprised. I do think there's a part of Ronaldo that still thinks he can win a Ballon d'Or, which will then equal him with Messi. There's part of Ronaldo that still thinks he can win another Champions League. He wants to go down as the greatest player to ever have kicked a football. And there's still that debate with Messi, and you go back and Pele, Maradona, etc. And he's probably thinking, Messi's kind of done now. I've got 2 more years, and I think he's got that. And I need to be at a club that's not a project. And that's what scares me with Chelsea. I still think Chelsea, to an element, it's a bit of a project going on there. I think he wants to be at a club where I want guaranteed trophies and silverware. So if you were to, like, you know, ask me where next, I think that's Bayern Munich, because I think that's the only club that guarantees you a league title. Like, guarantees you.
That would be another country's league title that he would have secured as well. Yeah. That would mean that he's won the league in Germany on top of all of the other countries. It makes it very difficult to push back at him being the greatest ever. I mean, look, I don't particularly care about that debate. I really don't. I find Messi an inspirational football player, a dazzling football player. I will always make a case for Ronaldinho, by the way.
I do.
But
I make the
Cristiano Ronaldo is absolutely in it. R9, fine. You can put him on the table. Maybe we do that as a video, Eddie.
That'd be a good video.
Maybe we do that as a video one day. If you like the idea of us exploring the GOAT debate, do me a favour, put a GOAT in the comments. And if we get enough GOATs in the comments, then we know that people want it, Addy. It's good for us to monitor it, right? But keeping this strictly on where will Ronaldo end up next, I'm being slightly optimistic here, but let me just keep this on a Chelsea thing. Let's explore why.
I don't mind you doing it, and I don't mind then me breaking you down.
Okay, deal.
Okay, go
deal. We'll do it as kind of a pros and cons list. In terms of who Chelsea are at the moment, I think Todd Boehly wants to make a statement. A real Hollywood signing, and there isn't a more Hollywood footballer than Cristiano Ronaldo. In terms of...
There's one more. There is one more. Hollywood. If you're talking about just the Hollywood, I think Neymar kind of falls under that.
Not more so.
Not more so. I don't think Hollywood.
No. No, Cristiano Ronaldo is football to somebody who isn't a football player. He is football. He is recognisable to far more people in the world than Neymar. I believe that in the States, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo would be fairly well known, whereas I don't know how well known Neymar would be.
Okay,
I'm talking generalistically.
Yeah, general fans walking down the street. Who
exactly. But I think that for that Hollywood signing, I think it's there for what Chelsea need on a pitch. Addy, do you want to hear something terrible? I'm doing this off the top of my head, so I might be wrong, okay? But Chelsea's top goal scorer 2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago was Jorginho. 7. Last season was Mason Mount. 11.
Okay.
Chelsea need a goal scorer. We need somebody that can score goals. Do you know what Cristiano Ronaldo can do?
Kind of put the ball in the back
of the net. So sometimes football is a very complex game where we have to talk about algorithms and we have to talk about percentages of forward passes and XG sometimes. Other times, 2 and 2 makes a Christmas cake. We need goals. He scores goals. Simple science sometimes, right?
No, you're right. I mean, when you look at it like that, you are correct. I started by saying he doesn't want to go to a project, and you could shoot me down and say, well, Chelsea's not a project. I think Chelsea, it's weird. It was only a year and a bit ago where they won the Champions League, right? The best team in Europe, arguably, you could say the best team in the world when they won it. Let's give them the correct tag. How they've kind of gone backwards since then. Like if Ronaldo joined that project, where all you think's missing is that number 9 through the middle, then you think, okay, he's going to a team where he's thinking we're going to win the league next season and he's right up there. I think you'd have to ask, even the arduous Chelsea fan will never say they're going to win the league. You don't think they're going to win the European Cup. I think it's a project. And I don't think at 37 he's looking for a project. I honestly think he's looking for ready-made, right now, I want a trophy.
Chelsea finished 3rd last season with Mason Mount as our top goal scorer.
Yeah.
Do you not think that with the correct reinforcements, Chelsea could win the league? Look, Chelsea are completely light years behind Liverpool, Man City as things stand. But Cristiano Ronaldo elevates everything. He changes everything.
I think he's come to the Premier League, and look, he would have even remembered it when he was there at his peak. And he's probably thinking, 1 second, how are these teams getting 97 and 95 points when even at my peak, when I was at United and winning trophies, we were getting 82s and 83s and winning it. I think he might think, you know what? No team in the Premier League is getting that. Even if I go to Chelsea and they get in Jules Koundé and they get whatever else they might get, Man City are so far in front that it'll be best served to go to another league. And I think you'll get more plaudits when it's all said and done for winning another trophy in another league as opposed to winning it with Chelsea.
But I think he's more likely to win significant silverware with Chelsea
than Bayern Munich?
Than Bayern.
I don't know about that.
Who's more likely to win the Champions League?
It's close.
I don't think it's Bayern.
It's close. It's close. It's very, very close between those two.
I think Cristiano Ronaldo, in fact, I would make whoever favourites out of Chelsea and Bayern for the Champions League. Whoever gets Ronaldo.
Yeah. But bear in mind, Bayern Munich have just added Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
They've just added Sadio Mane and you add in potentially Ronaldo. I mean, we're adding Ronaldo to it as well now. I mean, that team there with that, you're already kind of building a forward line. Lewandowski might go, but you're already replacing it with Ronaldo, who's a much better European goal scorer than Lewandowski, and Sadio Mane, who's no slouch as well.
Hey, look, Tuchel spoke about Ronaldo last season in a fairly glowing terms, fairly admirable way. I'm doing my best here, but I'm trying to read into it. It seems like he rates him. Seems like he would like him.
Who wouldn't?
So, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. That's a different conversation, though.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't is an awful lot of people, weirdly.
Stupid.
Agreed.
Stupid.
Agreed. And they always seem to be the same kind of person.
Let me tell you now very quickly, and I know some Liverpool fans might take this as an offence, and please don't, and you shouldn't. If Ronaldo was available, obviously the Man United links, and I get all that. If it was a Darwin Núñez debate or Ronaldo, I'm sorry, give me 2 seasons of Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Because that guy, I know, big game, not going to vanish, and we don't need you to run Ronaldo. It's okay. We've got Salah and Diaz that will do all the running for you. Now, don't get me wrong, the Man United link is never going to happen, but that's how highly I rate Ronaldo. He's a machine.
I agree.
He's a machine.
But there is, and it's probably correct that we explore this, because some people watching this video may need to hear it, because this is how they feel about Ronaldo, and it's only just that we explore it, even if we break it down afterwards. What about this theory? Cristiano Ronaldo... What about this? Just thought about this.
Go on.
Cristiano Ronaldo, at his last 2 football teams, he has managed to make both of them worse.
It's true.
That was scathing from me.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
Sorry, Cristiano.
That's one of those the stat boys, isn't it? You know them stat kids. Because Ronaldo's probably thinking, 1 second, you signed me to do a job, and ultimately that job is to make the club millions, because my brand does that. The other job, the most important one, is for me to get goals. Now I've gone to Italy, and I was the second top goal scorer behind Lukaku. Done my job. You do yours. You do yours. The rest of the team does their job. It works. I've gone to Man United, crap team. Guess what? Top goal scorer again. Done my job.
But this separation of roles at a football team isn't teamwork. You're making it individual awards. You're making it individual merits.
Yeah.
I've done my job, over to you.
Yeah.
That's not a team. That's not a team. You and I did Talk Sport together today.
Yeah.
You did the intro, and then we help each other. Like, you didn't do the intro and go, okay, Roy, over to you. And I didn't just watch you do the intro. I was kind of there if you needed me. It's a support network. It's why we're good friends. It's why it works. It's why we do these videos together. If I literally switched off when you were doing your thing, it's not quite right, is it? And then I went to the bosses. I did my bit. I don't know what he was up to.
You know the thing about Ronaldo, look, as much as I say he looks like a 27-year-old, look, clearly the legs to run around like he used to, off the shoulder and all that, it's not there. As a manager buying him, you've identified that clearly, look, this guy is not the 32-year-old that he once was at Real Madrid, where he skinned you and you're never going to catch him. What can he do? Okay, what he can do is move in and around that penalty area and get you 30 goals. Then, okay, that's what he can do. We've got to put legs around him.
Yeah.
You've got to identify his weaknesses, legs around him. I look at the United squad and I think they have got legs around him. It's just for some reason they've not been able to use them. Greenwood, obviously, extenuating circumstances. Rashford, legs. Jadon Sancho, legs.
But he wants to get out of there, doesn't he? He wants to get out of there. I think he's looked around at the infrastructure. I think the Ten Hag signings, the players that Manchester United have been linked with, I think that he would find those fairly uninspiring. You know, Ten Hag, and I don't even blame him for doing this, but this like reliance on the Dutch league.
He finds Ten Hag uninspiring.
Yeah,
and this is no disrespect to Ten Hag, who might come in and everyone might look at him as, he's the future this and the future. He's probably thinking, who are you?
Yeah.
I'm being very honest about this.
Yeah.
Now, this is a man that's been managed by some of the big Mourinho, Zidane. This is a man that's been managed by managers who, when they open the trophy cabinet, okay, fair dues, I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No disrespect to Ten Hag, who's won, their version of the FA Cup and the league title over there. That doesn't inspire Ronaldo.
Yeah. The other thing is, I think when he looks around Manchester United, when he looks around at the club that they are, it must be very difficult to have known a club at its greatest. Not necessarily its greatest ever, but they won the European Cup and the league in the same season. Yeah. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
They won the league 3 times in a row with him. So he knows them at their best. He knows them with Rooney. He knows them with Tevez. He knows what it should be. Mate. He knows what the standards should be.
He knows it with Roy Keane and Giggs and Scholes and Neville. Everything.
And he'd be looking around that dressing room now, just thinking, this is so weird. And do you know what? This is something that Adam McCullough said to me.
Explore what you've just said. I find what you just said fascinating.
It is, isn't it?
It's fascinating.
But this is what Adam said to me, right? And this is what I found very interesting. Well, it was a rare occasion where Adam McCullough made a really coherent point that stuck with me.
Adam,
right? He basically said that when Cristiano Ronaldo was at Manchester United a decade and a half ago, whatever it was, if you weren't up to it, if you weren't putting in 100%, you were a weirdo and you were cut out. You were sent packing. So, for example, Ben Foster went there. He didn't like the way that it was. He said something along the lines of, they take football too seriously here, and everybody basically went, get out of the club. You're not right for this.
Yeah.
Now, Cristiano Ronaldo has gone back, and he has set the standards. He is telling everybody to elevate their performances. He is saying, this is what we need to do. This is how we need to train. This is who we need to be. And there, the mediocre players are kind of looking at him going, mate, you're not quite right for this, because we're not that. You're weird. You're the weird one. When he was at Manchester United back in the day, if you weren't up for it, you were a weirdo. Now, if you are up for it, you're a weirdo. And he is now not suited to Manchester United.
It's crazy to think of the kid that left to go Real Madrid. Again, the kid that joined from Sporting Lisbon. In fact, if you want to go that far back, and the club, the size of the club he went into, with obviously arguably the greatest manager we've ever seen, to Alex Ferguson first, at his peak, firing in all cylinders, and then the players that he went into, where you go into the change room and you're just looking around and thinking,
Goliaths.
Oh my, monsters,
Goliaths.
monsters.
Yeah.
Like literally,
it was
monsters.
a team full. Do you know? I always think this about Chelsea when Chelsea really had minerals and really had a backbone. Chelsea had a team full of international captains.
Yeah.
They weren't all their international captains.
I know exactly
but what
what
I
you
mean is, Ashley Cole didn't captain England generally, but he was definitely capable of captaining England.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard didn't captain England always, but he was definitely capable of captaining
funny you
England.
say that.
Michael Essien, captain, international
Same as
captain. Michael
Liverpool
Ballack.
now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like that's what Liverpool have got now. When I look at Virgil van Dijk, captain. Andy Robertson, captain. Mo Salah, captain.
Yeah.
Jordan Henderson, really, England, when he captain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? All these players are captain kind of material. Naby Keita,
Even the players, say for example, Mo Salah is a good example of this. Mo Salah isn't a captain in the way that a stereotypical captain plays
You're
the game.
Roy Keane,
He's not
John
Roy
Terry's,
Keane.
no.
But Mohamed Salah is a captain by example.
Yeah.
He's a captain by, this is how I train, this is how I perform, this is how I conduct myself on the pitch, this is how I conduct myself off the pitch. So I'm kind of your captain, bro, because if you do what I do, and that's effectively what a captain is.
Imagine Ronaldo in that dressing room.
Yeah, he must look around.
Imagine, honestly, look around, especially...
You can say Maguire, innit?
No, honestly, he must look around though, at just everyone. And honestly, like everyone, especially where he's come from. So Real Madrid, Juventus, and I know it wasn't the greatest Juventus, but still Juventus with some of their players as well, leaders.
Won the
big
league,
men.
didn't he?
Yeah. So then he comes to United, and he probably looks around and think, what is this?
Yeah, I think
Honestly,
so.
what is this?
But because also it must be very difficult. And look, my sympathies don't lie with the other players. My sympathy lies with Ronaldo. When you're the brilliant one, you're the correct one, in my opinion, right? But it must be hard for Harry Maguire, or someone like Harry Maguire, because Harry Maguire's wearing a captain's armband, and he must look at Cristiano Ronaldo and go, I'm not your captain, man. I can't captain. How can I possibly be your captain? Like, Harry Maguire's probably quite comfortable wearing the armband around Scott McTominay. Yeah. Round Luke Shaw, round Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But you know, when he's looking at Cristiano Ronaldo, he's like, I'm not your captain. I know I'm not. I don't want to wear this, man. I'm sorry. I know I'm not your captain. And that's got to put you in a very difficult position, because it's imposter syndrome, isn't it? You know, when you're in a job that you know,
by him.
Yeah, they must be. They must be. Because he is, and I mean this word by its true sense, not the Californian sense. He's awesome, isn't he? He's like, he is the true definition of an icon of football. Cristiano Ronaldo is as dazzling, as brilliant, as mesmerising as football can be. The personality, whether you love him or hate him, he is that.
It's almost not fair to him then to be at that club, like a player of that. And I get,
so where's he going? I think there's 3 options plus a 4th that won't happen.
3 options. Interesting. What's your 3? Because
my 3 are,
we've done Chelsea and Bayern Munich. What's
Chelsea,
your 3rd?
Bayern, Sporting as a
chance.
That's
almost
a
like
romantic.
saying Gareth Bale, Cardiff.
Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said. I said Cardiff or Tottenham. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sporting, and then hang on, 2 more. Then let's put them all on the table. Where he plays next season. Man United is obviously one. The club have came out and said that they need him to stay. They're not letting him go, and the 2 years they intend to see it through. The other one, I think, I haven't seen anything about this. I'm making this up on the spot.
Paris Saint-Germain or Real Madrid?
No, what I was going to say is I don't think either of those actually.
No,
firstly, Messi, no. And secondly, Champions Europe.
Benzema.
Yeah, Benzema. The one I was going to say is basically every single MLS club would be desperate, and we're not going to go into it. But Cristiano Ronaldo can go to the States now with no drama.
Yeah.
It's over. He can go. He can travel.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
every MLS club will be falling over themselves to give Cristiano Ronaldo a fortune, won't they?
How much money? You know, we always talk about the MLS and that's where everyone goes. How much money do they really have
For him,
Really? Yeah.
For him,
Yeah.
For
the
him
MLS
as much
club,
as they want.
Can they go? Here is 700,000.
Yeah, because everyone else would get £700 a week.
Yeah.
That's what they offset it.
The only problem with that is that Ronaldo, again, and I said this at the top, still wants a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah,
Still
no,
wants
he
the Champions
writes
League.
off football. He
He
writes
just
off
says,
football.
I'm done with it.
Yeah, he
And
writes off
he
football.
won't do that.
I don't think so. I think the front
there's
runner
only
is
two
Chelsea.
realistic clubs. I think Bayern Munich.
You think?
And the only reason I think Bayern Munich is because Lewandowski wants out, and we're waiting to see whether Barcelona can find some money down the sofa, and if they do, then they are missing a number 9, and it won't be Mane. Mane's not number 9.
Even if Lewandowski leaves, Lewandowski's not going to Manchester United. Do you think that the reason you think Bayern is because Lewandowski makes it a sweetener for Manchester United?
No, I think Lewandowski goes Barcelona, who are desperate to sign him.
Right.
And then that leaves the gap, and then the gap is, and again, it's what you said about going to another league.
Yeah.
And winning it, and then when you do those debates with Messi and Ronaldo, you're like, 1 second, Ronaldo's gone to this.
It's a little bit like Ancelotti. You know when Ancelotti won the league, I think he's now won the league in 5 countries.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to combat an argument that doesn't say he's the best manager ever. Serial Champions League winner, now has won the league in every country that he's managed in. You're just like, okay, cool, you are the best.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, we can debate that and we can say that he's not, and there are other reasons, but it's a very easy argument to make. He's the best because everywhere he's gone, he's been the best.
Yeah.
Therefore, he's the best. It's a little bit similar to what Ronaldo might be able to do.
Is the answer really he stays at United? Is that the answer? Is the answer really start of the season, which kicks off in 6 weeks, 5 weeks? He is up front for United.
I honestly believe that he will sign for Chelsea. A different video, and one that we may touch on.
You really think he's
a different video? Is it a good signing?
You really
for Chelsea?
think he destroys? He's Man United.
No, of course he doesn't destroy anything.
You don't think so?
No.
By going to Chelsea,
His legacy.
I know there's not really been that Man United Chelsea issue. It's not like it's
no Chelsea and Manchester United are rivals, but we're
but
not rivals.
not like that.
No,
yeah.
not like that. Like
I don't
I'd
think
forgiven Mourinho.
I don't think you'd want to be in the Premier League with a Chelsea jersey going to Old Trafford.
Manchester United fans must look at Cristiano Ronaldo and go, do you know what? We're gutted, but we get it. They must do. They must do. They must look at it and think.
Yeah, but we get it what though? Because I think Chelsea, and this is not a dig at you, I think Chelsea are a good team. I don't think Chelsea are going to win the league. I think once Man City and Liverpool are out, I don't think Chelsea are going to win the European Cup. I think that wrong.
No, but your opinion on them not winning it doesn't mean that they're not going to win it. Manchester United are not going to win the European Cup.
You are correct.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Manchester United are not going to win the European Cup.
No, not in it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They are not going to win it. Whereas at Chelsea, he's playing in it. He has a chance of winning it. Chelsea have won the European Cup twice. Both times, pre-season, you would have gone, they're not winning it. I'm not saying that I think Chelsea are going to win it, because I probably don't. But it's never surprising for Chelsea to win silverware. It's never. No,
Chelsea will only go a couple of years without winning it.
It's
and
never
win it.
Chelsea winning silverware. You don't go, well, we didn't see that coming, because Chelsea win silverware. Like, that's what happens. So I think that first, and the other thing, mate, playing in it is an improvement in itself. Simply playing in it, he needs to be competing at the very top.
So do you think if the option was Bayern Munich or Chelsea, you think, and remove your Chelsea hat for a second, you think he would rather go to Chelsea than Bayern Munich? Just the law of Bayern Munich, that club. You know what I mean? You was always talking about those sort of massive clubs, your AC Milan, your Ajaxes, your Barcelona's, Real Madrid, Liverpool's. Bayern Munich are in that. So you think he would turn down Bayern Munich to go to Chelsea if they were both on the table offering same wages?
The Bundesliga isn't as strong, which may be
better.
something he's up for. Yeah. The
Not strong. You don't have to go to United, so you don't have that problem there.
I would say that Cristiano Ronaldo would rather live in London than Munich.
Don't know. I've not been to Munich before.
No, but even if you haven't, I mean, I have, but even if you haven't, it's London, man. London is a metropolis. It's a metropolis. London is comparable to Tokyo or New York.
I don't think he thinks that.
Yeah, he must do.
I don't think he thinks that.
His family. He's a family man. He must be looking at his family, thinking like London.
Agreed.
For the super privileged, like London is in my opinion the best city in the world anyway. But it's a very difficult city for a lot of people. But not for him. It's an amazing city for the super wealthy. It's a playground for the rich. It's an anonymous city for the rich. Even a man of Cristiano Ronaldo's fame could find anonymity in London in the way that very famous people do. David Beckham lives in London, but you don't see him. Rio Ferdinand lives in London, but you don't see him. If Rio Ferdinand lived in Sunderland, people would know where he lived.
Yeah.
If David Beckham lived in Telford...
We could say the same thing about Munich.
No, but Munich
thing.
and London aren't the same.
I know they're
Munich
not the same.
Munich is comparable. Munich is comparable to...
Dude, he's not going Chelsea.
Okay, so you discount Chelsea.
I think Bayern Munich.
Okay.
If it's anywhere he ends up...
Okay, can we agree that it's not Sporting, not America?
It's not Sporting, it's not America.
So it's Chelsea, Manchester United or Bayern?
I think so. I think those are the three.
Okay, rank them in what order?
Bayern Munich, Chelsea, United.
Okay, so you think he's out?
I think he's gone.
You think he's gone?
Yeah, I think once something like that gets leaked...
He's gone.
It happened a week, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And it only got leaked to the papers now. He's gone.
So he knows. He knows what he's doing.
He didn't turn up for training.
Yeah.
He didn't turn up for training today, and he said family issue.
Yeah.
That's not Ronaldo. Ronaldo would turn up for training regardless.
Yes.
Because he's that guy, isn't he?
Yes.
He's already out. He already wants to go.
6 in the morning trainer, isn't he, and all that.
Out of interest, he's got a year left on his contract, and he's 37. How much is he worth? What's that worth?
It's worth a lot.
Like, what Chelsea gonna? If it is Chelsea, what are they gonna have to pay?
But
30?
what you said is irrelevant. What
What?
you said there is irrelevant because you said he's age.
Yeah.
That's not what's for sale.
No, what I'm
what's
trying to say-
for sale is 30 goals. That's
Yeah,
what's for sale.
But
What's
there's
30
no
goals worth?
resale value, is there?
There's no correct.
There's no
Correct.
resale value.
That's true.
So and we don't know what kind of, owner Todd Bowley is, and they might look at things like resale
He's
value.
worth 30 million pounds.
30 million. Okay.
He's worth 30 million pounds. 1 year. Imagine the eyeballs that he brings to the club.
Yeah.
Imagine like Chelsea as a brand. I hate doing this. I'm sorry, but Chelsea as a brand are on every back page, every YouTube video, every sports radio station. Chelsea are suddenly box office.
Would you want his shirt number? Number 7.
7.
Which is Kante.
Yeah, but I don't think Kante cares, does he?
I don't know.
No, he can't do that.
I just noticed Kante's trending.
No, he can't
and
do
it's the
that.
shirt.
He can't do that.
Can't take Kante's shirt number?
Only with Kante's blessing.
Yeah, only with Kante's blessing.
If Kante's up for it, if Kante's up for it, make it work. Otherwise, Ronaldo has to do a Zamorano. Do you remember 9+1 or
No,
whatever?
they did that.
Yeah,
That was fantastic. So this Chelsea team could start with. It's not going to be Rafinha anymore because that looks like it's going to go to Barcelona. So it could start with Sterling and Ronaldo.
Yes, and Rafinha. I'm
You're
not letting that
giving
one. No, I'm not giving up. While the embers are alight, I'm going to believe. Yeah. This has been good. This has been really interesting. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a like. Please click subscribe, and make sure that you subscribe to my dear friend Adeola Depot. His link is in the description below. See you all in a bit.